You can't say no to this Kpomo stew. It's not only budget friendly, this is so good. Hello value family. In today's video, I'm going to share with you on how to make this correct Kpomo stew. First of all, let's prepare the Kpomo or the cow skin first. To prepare this Kpomo, especially this one that is being soaked in water, you're going to wash it very well. After washing it, put this into your pot. Pour in water, the water that is big enough to cover up the Kpomo. Note that this pomo have already been cleaned out, but we are going to remove the pungent smell it comes with because you don't want it to affect the taste of your stew. So we're going to pour in water that will cover up the pomo, add in salt. You're going to cover this up and allow this to boil. This is just the first stage of cooking. You are not going to cook the pomo till it is very soft. So I'm just going to cover it once it's boiling up like this. The color, everything you can see. So once it's boiling up like this, you're going to transfer this to your sieve. Get rid of this water and rinse this out. That way, your pomo is going to taste nice. It won't have an awful taste, especially those ones you don't know how long it has been soaked. So after rinsing this, we are now good to use this. And this is not only applicable when you are making stew. When you are making other things that require you to use this particular type of pomo, please just follow this process. So right now we are going to make our stew. So into the pan now, I'm going to pour in vegetable oil. I'll be adding in some bay leaves. This is going to flavor this oil. So once this is well heated up, add in your chopped red onions. We're going to fry this till it is translucent. You cannot decide to even boil your pomo and season it, but I won't be going through that route because I want the pomo to be totally soaked with a stew base so it can have the flavors of all these whole stew we are making. I'll proceed now to be adding in my tomato paste once the onions is well fried. So you can make use of your any tomato paste, any good tomato paste can serve in this recipe. So I'm just going to stir this. You're going to fry this on low heat. Fry your tomato paste so that it will be less tangy. Once you are patient enough to fry your tomatoes very well, especially your tomato paste, just hear it from me, you have made for yourself a very delicious stew. And you're going to fry the tomato paste alone without anything. So once we are done frying the tomato paste, I just poured in my pepper mixture, and this is a combination of shombo, tatache, and scotch bonnet pepper. I blended this very smoothly. So I'm now going to fry these peppers. So I'm going to be stirring this occasionally. So once the pepper doesn't taste raw any longer, just know that it is ready for you to add other ingredients. So right now I'll be adding in the salt. This is the time for you to add your favorite spices. What I'll be using here is paprika and chicken seasoning powder. You don't need to do too much for this stew, and you don't need to do something that will overpower the flavor of this stew. So I'm just going to stir this all together. Allow this to fry a little bit longer before we can now introduce the properly washed pomo. So I'm just going to be stirring this, and this is the time for you to pour this pomo because you want the pomo to actually soak in all this flavor. That is why we didn't boil it separately. If you can see very well, you can see that this pomo is not even cooked at all. So I'm just going to stir in everything all together, mix this up. So I'm going to pour in water that will cook this pomo. This is where the pomo is going to cook. It's going to cook with this sauce and all the whole things we have fried, all the whole flavors. The pomo is going to cook into the sauce. So after stirring, I'm going to allow it small because I want everything to penetrate first. So just follow this process, and I assure you are going to have a very tasty and delicious pomo stew. So we are leaving this for a few minutes before it gets burnt. This is just the right time for you to now introduce your water that is big enough to cook this pomo till it is very soft, because you just want your pomo to be very soft, very tasty. Everything should be well aligned together. So I'm adding in water now that will cover up this pomo and cook this thoroughly. I'll just give this a very quick mix. Just mix everything together from the water. Just mix everything together. Cover up the pot and allow this to cook. About 20 minutes later, this is what we have. You can see the water is almost dried. But if you feel that your stew is very thick, feel free to add more water, but this is just what I want. So this is the right time for you to add your eggs. Make sure before you add in your eggs, you are going to poke in some holes to your eggs because you want your eggs to also soak this stew. So I'm just stirring everything all together, and this is so good. Like I told you earlier, this doesn't need so much and is even cost effective. You can see the pomo is already looking soft, guys. Please don't be in a hurry to turn off your heat. Allow these eggs to soak, allow everything to just marry well, stir everything all together. And this is what we have, guys. Just take a look at this one. It's already very soft. It has soaked all this stew, it has soaked all the flavors from this stew. And this pairs almost with everything, but I'll be serving mine with white rice. Feel free to pair yours with any food of your choice. Thank you guys for watching this video to this point. Don't forget to give this recipe a thumbs up. And if you have enjoyed this recipe and you're not yet a member of this community, please just feel free to hit the subscribe button below. It means so well for me. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.